Hi everybody, my name is Andrew Russell.
And I'm Brenna Larson.
And we thought that we would share our self-taping at home setup with you guys.
We're both actors, and we had a self-tape setup that we used for a really long time, and it always drove us crazy. And earlier this year we came up with a whole new setup that we think works really well for us, and maybe it'll work well for you too. Andrew had a lot of ideas about not having shadows behind us and where the lighting should be placed and the overall just general look. And I really wanted something that could be set up easily, taken down easily by someone who is 5'2" and small, and just something that could be stored easily.
Yeah, because a lot of our friends leave their lighting setups just set up all the time.
Which is great.
Which is great if you have the room for it.
If you have the room for it, or if you don't care.
yeah, it's fine. I mean, we live in a one-bedroom apartment, so we thought that this would be more practical for our situation. And we thought other people might want to see what we do. So we're going to show you guys two time lapses. One, the old way we used to do our self-tape setup, and then the other one is the new way that we do our self-tape setup.
We're going to break it down by backdrop, lighting, sound, what camera equipment we use. So if you are only looking for a specific section, you can find all of those time codes in our description.
All right, let's get to it. So for our backdrop, we used to use this white fleece material, would you say?
Yeah, it was like a stretchy fleece.
It was really good because it would absorb the light once you took the light out from behind it, which was a little bit of a struggle at first. But we switched to our new backdrop, which is this seamless background paper from the company called Savage, and the link for that is actually down below in the description as well.
And the reason that we like this backdrop as opposed to the fleece is, first of all, we don't have to deal with the poles and all of the setup, and you can't see daylight through it. You can't see anything through it, really. It's a little bit wider than that backdrop. You can control the width, as well as you can roll it out beneath your feet for a full body shot. It kind of just gives you a lot more versatility with what you can do with it. Another good thing about the paper is that you can buy so many different colors of it. So even if you wanted to buy a green one, you could use it as a green screen.
It's great for Zoom meetings, for example, as we're finding in these weeks. We are using Zoom a lot. So it's really just helpful to have a nice, clean, solid background. So that way there's nothing distracting in your scene. Now for our situation, we got the 86-inch seamless background paper, and we actually got some ceiling mounted holders for them. And we got a 96-inch long curtain rod to hold the 86-inch long background paper. So when the time is ready, we get the background seamless paper out of the closet, we pull out the curtain rod from underneath the couch, hang it right up. It's so fast.
The other good thing about the paper is that you can pull it down even more and slide it all the way across the flooring so that you can stand on top of it if you have any sort of full body shot that you need to get, or something that you don't want your flooring to be shown.
And a little trick, if you're going to be standing on the paper on carpet, is you just get a piece of wood and slide it underneath the paper and stand on top of that. And that way you don't ruin your paper.
If the paper does get ruined, you can just cut it off and roll it down some more.
Bye. Now let's talk about lighting. Now this is what we used to use.
And I think most people, most actors at least, use this for their setup.
Now, as you might have seen in the time lapse, they're kind of a pain in the booty to put together. They have these 4 rods that are on the inside, and to put this away in storm, you got to take those rods out, and then you can fold it all up, and it's nice and clean, but it also takes probably 3 or 4 minutes per light when you actually finally get the hang of it to put them together. And when you're trying to film multiple self-tapes in a day, and you're really trying to bust out those auditions, or if you're really just trying to set up for a meeting or whatever it is that you're trying to set up for, these things can be a lot.
So our new lighting that we have is we just have 2 different ring lights from Newer. One is a larger ring light and one is a smaller ring light.
Oftentimes people with ring lights use them and they get that ring in their eye because they put it directly in the center right in front of their camera. But if you put them off to the side, or even if you point them at the ceiling, they can really fill your room with a lot of light. And getting 2 of them is really nifty because you can use one for your backdrop and one for your actual fill light. And then you can have a hair light. What we have on the side over here is just a simple Philips Hue hair light. We can also use that light to change colors if we wanted to. It's easy.
Easy peasy.
So now let's talk about sound.
We're both voice actors, so our sound setup is going to look a little bit different, but we thought we would include 4 different options that we think are really great options that are all different price ranges as well.
One of the most important things that you can do when you're thinking about sound for your video, whatever it is don't use the internal audio of your camera or the internal audio of your phone. There's so many better options and very affordable options that you can use to give yourself just that leg up on everybody else.
We will show you a quick example of the difference between our microphone versus our camera audio.
So this is what it sounds like when we're using our microphone, and this is what it sounds like when we're using our camera's audio.
Yep.
Yeah.
So just a lot more background noise and unnecessary things that could distract from your great video that you're trying to make.
So our first option for you guys is just this little lavalier mic. You can clip this onto your shirt and use it as your primary microphone. It just has a typical headphone jack. It's a normal one, a 3.5 millimeter one. You just plug it into your iPad or your iPhone. And you just record. I believe it's like $20 or so, and the link to that is down below.
While we're talking about phone options for microphones, this is just the Shure MV88 microphone, and this one is super simple, plugs straight into your phone, and then it just is your microphone. And you can set it on a table and use it from there, or however you use your phone. This will give you a much higher quality sound than your internal microphone will give you.
Next up, let's talk about some microphones that you can put onto the top of your camera. This is a Rode Video Micro. It runs about $40 or so on Amazon right now. You can just plug this right into the side of your DSLR and it should work great. It's a pretty cheap microphone, but it's always going to work better than the built-in audio on your camera. There are upgrade versions of this as well. There's a Video Mic Pro, and there's all kinds of more advanced ones. If you want to keep going to the next level, you can always do that. Just get rid of that. Now, the last option I want to talk to you guys about is using an XLR microphone, like a shotgun microphone. Like ours, we use a MKH416. It's a Sennheiser. We use an audio interface that we have at home, but if you need a preamp that's on the go and easy to set up, you can get this iRig preamp, and this just, again, plugs directly into your mobile device, your iPad, whatever. And it even has 48 volt phantom power on it, so you can use really advanced XLR microphones that need the additional power. And finally, let's talk about our camera. What we're recording on now is a Canon EOS R, but in past we've had the Canon 60, we've also had the Canon Rebel series. Those all would work great for any of these situations.
You can also just use your phone to film as well. Phone cameras are pretty amazing now.
Yeah, the amount of technology that you have at your fingertips every day will blow your mind.
So that's our setup that we've come up with. We love it. I love it because it's very easy and looks good.
We can put it all away and we don't have to look at it all the time in our 1-bedroom apartment.
We have a home and a hidden home studio.
If you guys found the information in this video useful, please let us know below. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments. We are checking the comments and trying to answer as many questions as we can. And if you could please share this video with your friends that would find this information useful, we would greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
And we'll see you later.